Augustana soccer is looking to make its fourth straight NCAA tournament appearance and make it for the sixth time in the last 7 years. The Vikings, coming off a 16-5-1 season in 2019 and advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament, have been tabbed second in the preseason NSIC coaches poll. A stacked roster includes a previous NSIC Freshman of the Year in Alexis Legg, along with all NSIC honorees Morgan Kierstead and Sylvia Fair. Augustana returns 14 student athletes from the team that played in the 2019 NCAA tournament and welcomes in 21 newcomers over 2 recruiting classes. Among the returners, 5 were marked as starters in over half the games played in 2019. The Vikings open the 2021 slate Friday at Fort Hays State. The home debut of AU is September 17th as the Vikings play host to Concordia St. Paul at Morstead Field. And now the head coach of the Augustana Vikings, now in his 16th season, Brandon Barkus.
Hello, Brandon Barkus here. Opening statement. Super excited about the season. I feel like we're bringing back some really strong veteran leadership. The youth that we have coming in is terrific. Bring a lot of energy and skill, lots of personality. I'm just really looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. And I feel like between that, experience and youth, we should have a really strong starting 11, along with some really great depth. So really looking forward to this upcoming fall. It's gonna be great.
You've been in training for about 3 weeks now. What can you tell us what's happened so far in training? And what are you looking forward to actually getting on the field again Friday night?
So first of all, thanks for saying training. In soccer, we use the phrase training, not practice. So that's good. So nice job on the soccer vernacular. The 3 weeks, it's been really interesting 3 weeks. We've had a lot of really kind of strange injuries, not a lot of necessarily what you think soccer-wise, injury type stuff, soft tissue. We haven't really had a whole lot of that. So, but we've had to kind of overcome some of that. Let's see here. I think training's gone really well. The very typical Augustana teams is that we show up, we have really good determination. We train really, really hard. They bring some really good energy. And then we kind of get in some of our preseason games. And then I think because we have just so many just extraordinarily great women, they get a little in their heads and then we don't quite perform to our best. So we play preseason games specifically just to kind of work some things out, get some of that nerves out of their system, kind of establish a little bit more of what our system's going to look like. And then we play a lot of kids. And then we get into the regular season, we're ready to go. I was reflecting, was it Sunday night, I guess it was, that we really haven't had a real positive, as far as results-wise preseason, probably since, 2016 and then 2016, we didn't go to the NCAA tournament. We kind of stumbled early on in the year. We had a really good preseason, came in a little too confident, kind of stumbled a little bit. But really 2015, we had a horrible preseason. Worse than this one by far as results with games, and we crushed everybody. So I'm anticipating when we break down some of the film from our games this afternoon, the women are going to see some of the things that we did really well. They're going to see some of the things that we need to continue to improve upon. But they know the answers. It's going to be about going out and executing, being in the right mindset. And I believe we'll be able to do it because the quality that we have with skill, with intelligence, the personality, just our overall ability to be fast and play fast is really kind of second to none. And our preseason is always making it as hard and as challenging as possible so that when we get into the regular season, we can just kind of go out and just do our thing. And really, when I reflect on our, kind of 3 weeks here, 2 weeks, whatever it's been, our 2 scrimmage games on Thursday and Friday, that was the first scrimmage game for those teams. And they didn't do anything during the day prior to playing us. We did back-to-back, trained before we played, traveled, played on a new surface, turf. We don't play on turf, we play on grass. So I started to evaluate a lot of those things, and we still were very, very competitive and scored goals. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I think it's going to be really good. And when you speak with the women that are here on this interview too, a couple, elder stateswomen of the program that, have a lot of experience, dealing with me, knowing what the culture is of this team. You'll hear from them. I mean, I'm sure I'm echoing the exact same excitement they're going to have. So it's going to be a good year. It's going to be really fun.
If there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Here's one question. Can you do a breakdown between the 3 non-conference games and leading into the NSIC competition and how those 3 will prepare you for the season?
Well, so a little breakdown. So typically what we do in our preseason, we try to schedule other MIAA teams. So how it works for the NCAA, just to get a little breakdown. In order to get into the NCAA tournament, 1 of 2 things have to happen. You have to win your postseason conference tournament to get the AQ, the being an automatic qualifier, or you have to get an at-large bid. In order to get an at-large bid, you got to compete against in-region competition, and then of course do well. You got to win. And in our region, there's 3 conferences. There's us, the Northern Sun, the MIAA, and the GAC, the GAC conference. It's kind of more southern, mostly kind of Arkansas, Oklahoma schools, right? Anyway, so you play those non-conference games. We're only allowed 3. Our conference is big, so we play 15 schools in our conference. So it's kind of there's really 4 segments. There's the preseason, the non-conference, regular season, your conference play, and then your postseason play. So for us, we try to schedule some MIAA teams in the preseason portion so that we can kind of get a sense of what the MIAA is going to be going into our non-conference regular season. So as I start to break down, who we play, the teams that we played, Missouri Western and Northwest Missouri State, they are preseason ranked, I want to say 5th and 6th in their league. Yeah, 5th and 6th. Fort Hays, who will be our first opponents, ranked 4th, and Washburn's preseason 8th. So really, we played kind of right in the middle of the pack. Things that we did, I think, real different than a lot of the teams we played just in the all the teams we played in the preseason, is that, again, we get after it. We go 2-a-days. We go 3-day cycles for 2-a-days. So we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2-a-day, took a day off. We go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2-a-days, take a day off. Oh, by the way, we did play SDSU, who was preseason 2nd in their league, Division I. And I thought we did quite well. I mean, it was 0-0 at half. We gave up a couple goals early in the second half when I made some changes. I played some different players, part of the reason we play our preseason games. But then we answered right back and we scored a goal, I think 24 seconds after they scored their second, made it 2-1, had a lot of hope. Felt really good about the game. And again, I think we played 23, 24 players and they didn't. Regular season game for them, preseason game for us, and I felt we were very competitive. Score is not really reflective because we gave up 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. The 4th goal was with 29 seconds left, so just a little disorganized. But those are the things that we need so that we can really kind of take that information and continue to grow and get better. And then going into the MIAA teams, they're real good. I mean, I think they're both going to be competing for conference championships. I think they're both going to, play a really tough schedule that's going to put them in a position to maybe qualify for the NCAAs because that's what they want to do. So for us to see them, I think really opens our eyes to what the level is going to be. And all due respect, I think we really competed. I mean, I think about the Mo West game. The results didn't go in our favor. It was a 3-2 game. They scored 2 goals off of 2 shots, and I can't wait to show you guys this film. It's ridiculous. And we had them pinned in. We just did. And that's who we are. We're going to control the pace of the game. We're going to control the attack. We're going to control the ball. We just got to kind of stop counters, and that's the thing. That's what we're going to spend the next couple of days doing. And but second half, we came out and we scored 2 goals in the first 8 minutes, I think it was, and totally just kind of took the game over. And they really kind of hunkered in defensively and really looked to counterattack. And so we needed to kind of sort that out a little bit more, and we will. And then we turned on and played a game the very next day against Northwest. We scored first half, I think 14, 15 minutes into the game. And then we exhaled, kind of started to, okay, whatever. It was 1-0 at half. And then we just didn't quite bring it. I think we're a little fatigued. I mean, it was hard. It was very hot. Don't want to make excuses, but again, it was an environment that is really going to challenge us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that's what we do. And then after those 2 games, we got back late Friday night. We took Saturday off. We took Sunday off. And we're going to train tonight, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, take Thursday off. And then we play Friday to open the season. We should be really rested. We should be well recovered. we should be refreshed. And I think going into our regular season game, we're going to have a lot of experience that I think, quite frankly, our opponents aren't going to have. And I don't see, the teams in the MIAA, especially if you take the top couple teams out of it, I don't see the rest of the league being much different. It's no different than in our league when you look at, Bemidji, St. Cloud, Duluth, Minot, Mary. I mean, they're all kind of similar, and that's how a lot of these leagues work. And with us being able to compete and see that level of competition, I think it's really going to prepare us, especially for this early part of the season, which I think in turn will really prepare us for a regular season conference play.
Are there any other questions for Coach Barkus? We'll give about 10 more seconds here. All right, Coach, would you introduce your student athletes, please?
Yes. You guys want to come on up? It's we got Morgan Kierstead. She'll be a senior, although redshirt COVID, so she'll be technically a junior. From Burnsville, Savage, Minnesota. And then Carlie Kray, a local girl here from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Played at Washington High School.
All right, we're gonna start this off easy. Just state your name, your position, your major, and what you're gonna do with that major.
Awesome. My name is Morgan Kierstead. I am an attacking mid. I'll be a senior this year, but redshirt senior because of COVID. I am an accounting and business major, pursuing my master's in accounting. And my plan is to do an internship at KPMG, so potentially the audit field.
And I'm Carlie Kray. I am an outside forward. I am a senior and I'm a nursing major. So I will graduate this coming May, and I'm still kind of exploring what I'm going to do with that.
All right. First question that came in is about the Know Your Why hashtag. And so either one of you take this. What's the Know Your Why mean? And talk about what it means to you and the team.
Yeah, well, we use the hashtag Know Your Why because we think there's more to playing soccer than just the game. We obviously all love the game, but you kind of have to have a purpose to why you do things, why you play, who you're with. So we talk about a lot. What's the deeper meaning? Like why are you playing on this team? What pursues you to be here, to step on the field for 2-a-days, whenever we get into fall, the long days. So what pushes you? We talk a lot about how all the things that we do as a team together. So we rely on each other, no matter if you have a bad day or a good day, your teammates are right next to you. So we do it for each other, I think, is a big why for us.
Another question from the chat. Let's give this one to Carlie. What types of activities outside of practice have you been doing to build community among the team members?
So during the past couple of weeks, we've been in preseason. So what that looks like is we practice twice a day, but in between that time, we have a lot of time just to spend time together. So we eat every meal together during the week. And then after practice, a lot of times we would go over to one of the upperclassmen's house and just kind of get to know each other better. I mean, we do what we call fun facts, which Barkus really likes to do, where we just kind of think of little things that make us unique and what we want other people on the team to know about us. And then it's a really good way of getting to know each other better. And then we use those just to kind of, get to know everyone on the team on a deeper level.
Carlie, what's a strength that you feel that you personally have going into the season after not being able to have a season last year? And I'm going to add on another portion of that, the team as well. So both individually and the team.
Okay. So just not being able to compete within the past year, I personally had a lot of time to just work on my own, and just getting better on my own, which in terms is going to help the team overall. So just we practiced all of last year and had like a couple of scrimmages in the fall, and then had somewhat of a season in the spring where we played a couple games. But I kind of told myself that wasn't enough, and I wanted to put in some work just on my own. And I feel like coming into this season, I feel really ready to compete, and I think that goes for the whole team too.
And Morgan, let's just ask you the same question as well. What's a strength that you've been able to work on over the last 18 months?
Yeah, well, one of my favorite quotes, it was something, it's what Mia Hamm always talks about, is what you do when no one's watching. So this is what this past whole year, whatever has been with COVID, is what are you going to do when you're on your own and no one's watching? And it's up to you to show up this fall, ready to go. There's no one else to tell you what exactly to do when you're on your own, but kind of have to figure it out. So I think try to take that as personal as possible. It shows when you show up on the first day what you did.
What excitement, let's go with Morgan with this one. What excitement do you have for this upcoming season?
I mean, we have 2 classes of girls that are freshmen and sophomore that have never had a season before. So just kind of as we've had years to play before, showing them what it's like to actually compete. I think obviously last year was really fun, but we didn't have those games. And a lot of them saying like, wow, this is what I signed up for, this intensity, these practices, playing these games. So kind of doing it all together, bringing in those new girls. And I think we're just going to win. We're going to win a lot this season. So